All right, thank you, man. Thanks, Ben. All right, I say bull, you say dogs. Bull! Dog. Bull! Dog. Bull! Dog. All right. Great crowd here. Thank you for coming out today. Thanks to everyone here in the ASC and those that are... Here we go. Technical issues. All right. Everybody awake? We have a lot of people here in the ASC and a lot more that are tuning in on the webcast live. I think most of you know who I am. I'm Stuart Dorsey. I'm president of Texas Lutheran University, and with me is the chair of the Texas Lutheran University Board of Regents, Robin Melvin. 2 years ago, right here, TLU gave Michelle and me a rousing welcome as I was introduced as your new president. Robin and I that day spoke of exciting times ahead, and we made a commitment to a campus home for our Bulldog football and track and field athletes, and to bringing a game day experience to all of our students. Today we are back to announce that promise will soon be reality. Later this month at homecoming, TLU will break ground on the first phase of an athletic complex, improved facilities for baseball, a new softball stadium, and a stadium for football and track and field. Next fall, for the first time in 75 years, a Bulldog football game will be played on this campus. So students, when you come back next August, this is what you're going to find. Our construction schedule calls for the softball stadium and the related facilities, including lights for Cat Isbell baseball field, to be ready this spring in time for the 2014 softball baseball season. And the football and track and field stadium will be ready next fall. Now, final details will be set in the coming weeks, but we know that this complex will be a major leap forward, not only for our student athletes, but to all of our students by bringing activity to campus and improving our intramural sports programs. The main stadium will feature an all-synthetic turf for football and an NCAA-compliant 400-meter track. Initially, it will provide seating for 2,000 or more through leasing bleachers. It will be not only a great venue for our Bulldog teams, but will allow us to host occasional high school football games, track meets, marching band contests, and other events to bring visitors to this campus. Importantly, it establishes a campus home for both of those programs. Right now, we have a nationally recognized women's track and field team that has to travel. And they have to travel around the region just to practice. Imagine how successful they will be with an outstanding facility right here on campus. It will also allow TLU to launch a men's track and field program, which I believe holds great potential. Lights on all of these facilities will allow flexibility in game and practice times and for intramurals. Coach Wade Wilson will have a new softball stadium to support him as he builds a program that challenges for the national title. It will be entirely synthetic turf and will be a sought-after venue for high school club tournaments, again, bringing visitors to campus. A concession and restroom building, sidewalks, pedestrian lighting will enhance the experience of baseball and softball spectators. Now, this is phase one. Eventually, we're going to add a stadium structure that will have permanent seating for 3,500, concessions, locker rooms, and training facilities. But rather than wait until the entire project was financially possible, our board felt that it was important to get started with the essentials: first-class playing surfaces and bringing all of our athletic contests to this campus. I want to emphasize this project is about more than athletics. It's about setting a bold vision and honoring commitments. TLU is committed to competitive Division III athletics and facilities that are consistent with the quality of our new conference, the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference. But we also have a vision for the quality of campus life. 2 years ago, I toured the new stadium at Augustana College in South Dakota. President Oliver there spoke passionately about the galvanizing impact on student pride and the spirit of bringing Saturday afternoon football games to their campus after decades of playing miles away at an old city stadium. Our students have told us that's what they want here, walking to games, tailgating with their friends and parents, and hearing cheers reverberate all across campus. You can tell our students have a lot of energy, and we want to have that here on this campus. We want to release it on this campus. This project also furthers the vision of a transformed campus set out by our master plan. Master plans are only drawings until they're put to action. And TLU has had a plan for an on-campus stadium for at least 75 years. So it's an old promise. Centennial Hall was a bold step. The athletic complex continues that momentum and further demonstrates that our board is serious about making that vision a reality. So we need to acknowledge and thank our Board of Regents. And we would not be here without their vision and leadership and their personal investment. Well over $1 million of personal support has been committed by our Board of Regents. So I would ask members of our Board of Regents to wave as I introduce you. Glenn Bloomquist. Charles Franks, and Charles, why don't you just come on up here because we're going to and Vice Chair Louis Westerman. Louis, thank you for being here. Now I'm going to ask our board chair, Robin Melvin, to speak on behalf of her colleagues.
Good morning. The message that I bring to you here today from the TLU Board of Regents is we are really excited about this project. We support opportunities for every student here at TLU to learn both inside and outside the classroom. And we're here today to express our support for all of you who have taken the opportunity to find some extracurricular activity where you could learn. But today in particular, we want to express our support for those of you who participate in Division III athletics. These new facilities will allow 2 of our sports to practice and play right here on the TLU campus for the first time in a very long time, and we are very excited by that. As Dr. Dorsey mentioned, a couple of years ago, the Board of Regents adopted a new campus master plan. Centennial Hall was the first step in implementing that plan. The improvements to the athletic complex are the second step, and there are more steps to come, including improvements to the fine arts facilities. These improvements are all intended to improve the learning and living experiences of every TLU student. We are proud of all of you and of all you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Can we get DW and Mike and Bill to come on up stage with us? Well, we've seen this project is about a lot more than football, but this being Texas, football is a big deal, and is a big deal at TLU. The mid-1970s arguably were the peak of TLU's athletics history, at least so far. From 1974 to 76, the Bulldogs won 4 national championships, 2 in volleyball, 2 in football. And we're very honored to have present 4 members of those national championship football teams. And as I introduce them to you, we'll roll some footage from our second national championship game against Cal Lutheran, which we dominated 34-8. Here we go. I just love watching TLU get beat. Anybody. Mike Washington was the spark plug of those Bulldog championship teams. As quarterback, Mike directed a high-powered veer offense and put on amazing displays at running and passing week after week. He's a member of the NAIA Hall of Fame, and his number 10 jersey is the only retired football number in school history. Lana Urbanic is happy to sell you a reproduction of that jersey in the bookstore. Mike, you need to talk to Lana about getting some residuals from that. Good luck there. Mike is now Associate Director of Admissions at the University of Texas at Austin, and he is a former TLU Regent. Charles Franks, not only a Regent, but a starting tailback on that team. I think you might have just seen him making a tough run there, including one for a touchdown in that game. After graduation, Charles went on to a very successful career at Valero San Antonio, and he is a longtime member of the Board of Regents. D.W. Rutledge was a stalwart. He was a stalwart of the first national championship team in 1974. An All-American linebacker, D.W. led the nation's top defense and provided inspirational leadership as team captain. That passion for excellence served D.W. well as he went on to become one of the most successful high school football coaches in Texas history at Judson High School, winning 4 state championships. He now serves as Executive Director of the Texas High School Coaches Association. And our very own Bill Miller, Director of Athletics. Starting defensive back on both national title teams. He's the guy making that great cross-field tackle on the film, number 30. You thought he was making all that up about how he was the star on that team, but really, that really is Bill. Bill's been, of course, a very successful coach in both high school and here at his alma mater, and he does a great job as our athletic director. And so I'm going to ask Mike to say a few words, or Bill, rather, to say a few words. Whoever. He's got the script. Bill Miller.
Man, this is a great day, and I'm just privileged to be part of it. It's a tremendous privilege for me to be up here. And I want to thank Dr. Dorsey and Steve Anderson for everybody involved putting this together. It's a privilege for me to be up here with these guys, and even a bigger privilege to call them my teammates. We were able to share an experience that very few student athletes have, and that was winning a national championship. Those are memories that we'll never forget, and we were proud to be part of Bulldog's athletic history. We also had the great privilege of playing for one of the most inspiring coaches and men who ever lived, the legendary Jim Wacker. Yeah. And we each have our individual stories about Coach Wacker, but it would take the rest of the day. So Coach Wacker deserves a lot of credit for assembling, coaching, and motivating those national championship teams. But more importantly, he demonstrated every day what it means to be a good person, a person of character. He practiced what he preached, and those of us who knew him will always be grateful for that experience. If Coach Wacker were here today, well, number one, he'd be out here, up here and going all over the place. But if he were here today to hear this great news, and I can't say it like he would have 2 words to say. Probably more than that, but 2 words that he's known for. The first one would be Gizo Pizzo. I'd never heard of that word before until I got here. And the second word, which he said all the time, was unbelievable. And that was just part of his language. And he would have had a great time up here today. So obviously this is a great day for TLU and TLU athletics. On behalf of the entire athletics department, I want to say thank you to the Board of Regents and Dr. Dorsey for making this commitment to new and improved facilities for several of our intercollegiate athletics programs. As Dr. Dorsey said, and said very well. These facilities will be a tremendous boost, not just for the student athletes and coaches of these sports, but for the entire university, our alumni, and the region. They'll give TLU more visibility, prestige, aid in recruiting and retention of students, and really enhance the game day experience for our students, student athletes, and fans. In short, this project will put TLU and TLU athletics on the map. We've got a great tradition of competitive athletics at Texas Lutheran, and these new facilities will help take us to the next level. Thank you for sharing this great day with us, and go Dogs!
Gentlemen, thank you guys for being here today. It's really been important symbolically. You made a difference here. It's taken a long time, but the legacy that you all established under Jim Wacker made this day possible, finally. Now, I'd like to introduce a student speaker today to talk about what it means for our students. Is Monique here today? Monique, come on up. Monique has had a great track and field career at TLU. She is a 4-time All-American, 3 times All-Conference, and we are very proud that she is 2-time academic All-Conference. A senior now, Monique has led the Bulldogs to 4 consecutive ASC conference titles. So give a welcome to Monique Anderson.
Woo. I'm nervous. Hi, y'all.
That's it.
Okay, so my name is Monique Anderson. I'm a senior on the track team, and on behalf of the entire track team, I would like to say thank you to everyone who made this possible for us. I'm like shaking because I'm so nervous and I'm excited, but it feels so good to finally have a place to call home. So once again, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monique, and thank you for giving us the push of a great program to do this. This is an ambitious project, to be sure, but it won't end here. We have to continue to invest in Texas Lutheran University to realize our vision for excellence and to grow to our goal of 1,500 students. We have a complementary vision for the arts and for the expansion of Jackson Auditorium, adding much-needed space for classrooms, rehearsal space, and theater performance. We'll be working hard this year to bring this vision to reality, and I have faith that our momentum will carry us soon to the day when we're able to have another celebration like this for the arts. So, thanks again for coming out. I know everybody's got to go to class. We'll see you all at homecoming Saturday, 1 p.m. for the groundbreaking. Good luck to all Bulldog teams this year, especially our football team. Let's make our last year at Matador Stadium memorable. Thanks, everybody. Go Bulldogs.